Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Gentle reminder on your way to knock up the like button. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Share the video and also subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a big preview now, ladies and gentlemen. Big upcoming clash, the Jamaica Reggae Girlz versus Canada, the reigning Olympic champions. So from you hear that, ladies and gentlemen. Jaja, 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, from here, reigning Olympic champions, You know, it's a big side the Reggae Girlz are playing, man. Knock up the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. Knock it up. It's a while I'm gonna use StreamYard, Jaja. All right, so we're doing a preview, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing a preview, the usual Formula Sports style. Seeing for those of you who are familiar with my channel, we're gonna talk about quite a number of things in this particular preview. Talk a little bit about us, talk a little bit about them, that kind of a thing. Just waiting for more and more people to jump onto the live. Also, in sharing this thing, just some housekeeping matters, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the thick of things. In the meantime, you guys can go on hitting me up in the comment section. In the meantime, you guys can go on hitting me up in the comment section. All right, so big upcoming game, big upcoming game. Semi-final clash of the Concacaf Women's Championship. No joking, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, for starters, we are very happy to be here, given the fact that by qualifying for the knockout stages, it means that we would have booked an automatic berth to the Women's World Cup. And for that, I'm sure every Reggae Girlz fan is extremely grateful. Seeing, I mean, it was a big encounter versus Haiti. And for the Reggae Girlz deal with Haiti away now, man. Jaja. How them deal with Caribbean neighbor? How them deal with Caribbean neighbors, so? How them deal with the Caribbean neighbors, so? Deal with the Caribbean neighbors, Haiti away. Seen? All right. So, Reggae Girlz, whop up Haiti. And now the big test of the Canadians await. Now, guys, Canadians are a big side, man. And we're gonna get a bit more into, just how big of a team this is. And I'm sure many of you, have some understanding as to how big of a team this particular Canadian team is. Seen? So to say it's a tough encounter would be an understatement, ladies and gentlemen. An understatement to say the least. Seen? We have never beaten Haiti. Not Haiti. We have never beaten Canada, rather. We have never beaten them. So you guys supposed to understand, the magnitude of this particular game. However, many would argue that we have never been as good as we are right now. So is this our best chance to beat the Canadians? Is this our best chance to beat the Canadians? Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. All right. So the first thing we're looking at in this particular preview, right? Just some. I watched the big up Aston Villa FC. I watched the press conference, that was on Crystal, big up Crystal from Talawa TV. She had the press conference on her channel, and the gaffer was saying that there are some injuries and there are some players that are sick. So I don't know which players are injured. I don't know which players are sick. Him never specify. Him never go into great detail. But hopefully it's nothing too serious, right? Just some news that I would have heard in the press conference. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and it's nothing to be alarmed about. And all our top players are ready and good to go. Also, Denisha Blackwood should be making a return. She got the 2 yellow cards, the yellow card in the Mexico game and also in the US game. So she would have missed the Canada game. So should have missed the Haiti game rather. Should have missed the Haiti game. So she's back for this particular game. Although, I don't know, we want to disturb that big back line versus Haiti. Do we want to disturb that big back line that we played against Haiti? That backline kept a clean sheet, ladies and gentlemen. And I think people have been a little bit unfair on Denisha Blackwood. Then I think has performed creditably well in this particular tournament thus far. Right? I mean, yeah, she has some things she can work on and she has some things she can improve for sure. But I think Den has done okay, a little bit aggressive at times. Probably need to control the aggression a little bit more. But I think she has done relatively okay. But the backline for me personally against Haiti, yes, it's a different animal we're going up against, true. But they kept a clean sheet and they played reasonably well. So why change it? But then is back, so you guys should know that. Tyrone Williams, big up, boss. The coach is coach. The coach is coach. What's happening, man? Coach is next. Big up, Coach Minzy over there in the US. I think a US him there, right? Yeah, I think a US him there. Look like more than like him probably over there for the track and field world championship, which is very much upon us, an exciting championship that is going to be. All right. So the first thing we're taking a look at the head-to-head ratio between these respective teams, because we like to talk about the history. I think history is very important, ladies and gentlemen, right? The degree of its importance is up for debate, true, but I do believe that history shows us a pattern. History shows us a trend. And I think that is very, very important in the world of football, because patterns and trends are there for a reason. Now, if you look on your screen good, by the way, let me take off coach comment. By the way, it must be said that information on women's football is extremely difficult to find. And so because of that, sometimes, even though this is one of the more credible sites you can find, because the data collection on women's football has never really been the greatest, and it's really starting to improve in terms of the data gathering and data collection on women's football. Sometimes when we see these records, it has to be taken with a grain of salt. So the record on this particular platform is saying that we have played the Canada women's team on 3 occasions. It could be more. It could be more, given the fact that, the data recording with women's football isn't the best. So it's saying that we have played them 3 times, right? And if this record is indeed credible, then boy oh boy, it rough in the struggle. It rough in the struggle. 11-1. Oh, so they have played more times? Boy, this is the best I could find, we max it. This is the best I could find. So there you go. There are actually more times that these teams have played. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I say sometimes you really have to take the info on women's football with a grain of salt. But let me look at something quick and fast. Let me look at something quick and fast. This is saying this only record. These are the only 3 meetings. I mean, me look on a ton load of sites, and these are the only 3 meetings that I could find. I don't know. All right, cool. Appreciate it. We max it. Appreciate it. So, all right. So we wait on that from we max it. Well, I max it, who is now we max it. So apparently, oh, the Concacaf. Okay. I didn't know Concacaf kept record of those things. I did not know that. So that's good to know. Because Concacaf is definitely an extremely credible platform. All right. So 8 wins for Canada, we max it is saying. I mean, just these 3 results on screen alone, you know, is not pretty at all. It's not pretty at all. Right? I mean, this is a team that has basically dominated us. I think that is fair to say. Let me see if I can go on the CONCACAF website and find it myself. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so this is saying that this will be the second time these teams have faced each other in a CONCACAF world. Let me share this with you guys. They deal with the US the worst. Oh, CONCACAF. No, let me tell you what is incredible with CONCACAF. You see, when CONCACAF give the match statistics in terms of the, like when the match done, and you see the percentage of possession and passing and all of them things, that's not credible. We can tell you that. That's not credible, coach. We can tell you that. If memory serves me right, according to their stats, one of the team them in the first round, if memory serves me right, did outpossess we. So that definitely not credible. Seeing but and stuff like this, I'm sure they're credible. All right, so I'm going to share something with you guys quick and fast. I'm going to step on the CONCACAF thing. Hold on. as I say, you have to very wary of the information out there on women's football. That's why I'm always give a disclaimer. All right. You look on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen. This is on the CONCACAF website. See? And this paragraph here is saying this will be the second time these teams have faced each other in a CONCACAF Women's Championship semi-final. In the previous one back in 2006, the Canadians won 4-0 with 2 goals from a player that will take to the field again. Captain Christine Sinclair. Big baller that, the overall record of 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses goes in favor of the North Americans. So what this is actually saying is that it is actually 5 times that these teams have played each other. Go to the lower part of the page, then download the file. Hold on. All right, I'm going to look on that. So it has said, I don't understand why it said the overall record is 5 performances. Oh, yeah, see it here. Yeah. I see it now. Interesting. And at 8 times, IMAX it a 5. Hold on, let me share this with you guys. Let me share this. Hold on there. Let me share this. Let me see if I can share this. All right, so you guys seeing that on your screen? So this is the official record from CONCACAF now. Hold on there. I can't make it no bigger than this, because I don't really know how to do that, All right, manners and respect for that one there, IMAX. Much appreciated. Head-to-head CONCACAF Women's Championship include final tournament only. Canada leads the all-time series. 5 games played, 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Canada 9-0 over Jamaica. That was the first encounter back in 1991. The second encounter in 1994, Canada whooped up 7-0. The third encounter, Canada whooped up 9-0. Again, another 9-0. The fourth encounter in 2006, Canada whooped up 4-0. And the fifth encounter, Canada has beaten us 2-0. So there you go. This is saying that we have never even so much as scored. I'm actually appreciate that, man, my boss. I appreciate that because, as I said, the best information I could, and that's the platform that I usually use. It is usually credible, but upon women's football, the info kind of, the data collection not so 100% on women's football. So thanks to that one. So the overall record is here, ladies and gentlemen. And as it indicates, we have never even so much as managed to score a goal. We have never even managed to so much as even score a goal on the Canadians. Crazy. Not all I'm gonna move coach comments so you guys can see it. The banner I need for move to, Yeah, man. So there you go. Not even a goal we have scored against them. Some very some difficult results to say the least. We have been on the end of some thrashings. The last time we played them, they're saying that we lost 2-0. So when you look on it, you can see that the last 2 results have been better than the previous 3. So that is good, but we still have not managed to score a goal against them. So this is from the CONCACAF website. If this not credible, boy, I don't know what else is. Seeing this must be the most credible information on this head-to-head that you can find. All right. So that's it for the head-to-head. Now we're going to the rankings. Hold on. Remove. We're going to the rankings now. Let me delete that. All right. So we're going to the rankings now. To show you guys the respective rankings of these 2 particular teams in CONCACAF. Just to give you guys an idea. Hold on, the foolishness me I click on. Of where these 2 teams are currently ranked in CONCACAF. By the way, guys, knock up the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Free and easy ways to support the channel. All right, I'm going to share this now. I'm going to share this now. There is the rankings, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the CONCACAF rankings. So as you can see, according to CONCACAF, Canada is ranked 3rd. Canada is ranked 2nd rather in CONCACAF, and we are ranked 3rd. You can imagine that we in the big 3 in a CONCACAF right now, ladies and gentlemen. We in the big 3 in a CONCACAF right now. Brian said nobody the rankings, but can't take the stress, bro. But it's not that bad. All right, I'm going to show you guys the FIFA rankings now. But this is the CONCACAF rankings. Now, 2nd versus 3rd in CONCACAF should be an exciting showdown, should be a big matchup. That's not that depressing, Brian. When I get to the FIFA rankings, though, the stress can't hold it, you know. Hold on there. Let me show the FIFA rankings now. The FIFA rankings a little different, though, you know. The FIFA rankings a little different. So again, just to go over it one last time, America is 1st in CONCACAF according to the CONCACAF rankings. Canada is 2nd. Jamaica is 3rd. We are in the top 3 nations in CONCACAF according to CONCACAF. All right, so we're going to show you. Yeah, man, Brian, that we're going to get to know the FIFA World Rankings, man. The FIFA World Rankings we're going to get to know. The FIFA World Rankings we're getting to right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Canada is 6th in the world rankings, you know. Canada is 6th in the world rankings. So, another joke, pian side we go up against you know, our mighty side, one of the best teams in the world. We're going up against, you know, ladies and gentlemen. No damn joke. See, make us scroll now and see where is Jamaica. Make us scroll now and see where is Jamaica. Jaja, we don't see Jamaica yet. We don't see Jamaica yet. Wait, we have to go on another page to see Jamaica. I want to take place with my big side, man. Hold on there. There we go. There are the Reggae Girlz, ladies and gentlemen. Top of your screen, ranked number 51st in the entire world. So Canada is 6th. The Jamaica Reggae Girlz is 51st. You see how context matters. When you look at the CONCACAF rankings, you know, it look like say a 2 big team are going toe to toe, you know. But when you set up and look now upon the FIFA rankings, you realize that there's some daylight between these two teams. Although, to be fair, I think we are better than our ranking. And I think with games, right, if we can, get a string of good results, which I think this team is very capable of doing, we can rise in the FIFA Women's World Rankings. All right, soon get to your comments, guys. Soon get to your comments. And I would have shown you guys the head-to-head in the CONCACAF Women's Championship earlier, courtesy of We Max It Football. Go over there and run up his subscriptions. And I think the history is very important because it shows patterns and it shows trends. It shows that we have never scored against Canada. It shows that we have been Canada's beating stick, but it also shows that over time, the results have been gradually improving. I think patterns and trends is very important and can give you a good idea or a good story as to, what to expect for future games. All right, so up next, we're going to look at the Canadian squad now, give you a bit of insight into this Canadian squad. Where is it? Where is the Canadian squad? All right, it is right here. Hold on. All right, so we're going to share the Canadian squad with you guys right now on the screen. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the Canadian roster. This is the roster. This is what the roster of the 6th best team in the world looks like. You guys can see it. But I don't know, probably need to zoom it up a little bit more. Can it be zoomed in? Hold on. I kind of look a little bit far off, No, that look too much. All right, that is the best I can do where zooming it in is concerned. Hold on. So hopefully you guys can see it on your screen. But still have to, I don't know how best that it can do. Brian, you need glasses, man. You're a young boy, man. You're a young boy, Brian. Hold on. You're a young boy, Brian. I'm not supposed to zoom up things so you can see in a youth. You're a young boy. Let me zoom it up a little bit more. That's the best I can do, Ryan. One name I gonna get left off though. But alright, that's neither here nor there. So that's the squad, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. Now, most of the players on this particular team are starters in the US League, in the English League, and also in the French League. That's where most of the players on this particular team plies their trade. And then you have one and two of them that plays for college teams. But I think two of them play for college teams. One, two, crap. So two of them play for college teams. Two of them play for college teams. One is unattached. One plays at Benfica. One plays at a club in Sweden. And the other one, there's another one that plays for Juventus. But apart from that, the rest of the players are based heavily in America, in England, and in France. I know, of course, those are the three biggest leagues in in women's football, and they're playing for some big clubs too. Some big clubs. Clubs like PSG, Chelsea. Seeing San Diego is currently atop the women's rankings in the US, and their goalkeeper is the starting goalkeeper for San Diego. Most of their players in America are starters for teams in the top half of the league this season. Seeing the centre back, Buchanan, just made a move to the top team in England, which is Chelsea. So, I mean, the moral of the story is this particular team is no joke. Yeah, man. It's about Van Zanten, Jody Brown, and Shade, I think. My voice is looping back. What that mean? What that mean, Tyrone? Yeah, so the moral of the story is these players are playing for some big clubs in the top leagues in the world, and most of them are starters. Those who aren't, the few that aren't starters for these big clubs, they get regular minutes. Regular minutes. Seeing? So this particular team is not a joke team. Seeing? And from me watching the team, watching the Canadian team, the main players to look out for is Sinclair, who is the captain, a big forward who has scored nearly 200 goals for them. Becky, who is a wide player. Prince, who is also another wide player. Fleming, Leon, and what the one we usually deal with Alfonso name again? Heitma, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, man, those are the big teams. Those are the big players, rather, for this particular Canadian team. And those players that I just called would be applying their trade for some of the biggest clubs in the world. So again, another joke team. I mean, look, our team is a very good team, Our team is a very good team. And we have some players who are playing at an extremely high level. Jaja, I don't know what the issue, Tyrone. I don't know what is the issue. Hold on there. You still hear it, my boss? Hit me up in the comment section and let me know if you still hear it. Oh, Brian said the audio fine theme, so I don't know. That means it's on your end, Tyrone. I don't know what to tell you then, my boss. I don't know what to tell you, my boss. So yeah, this particular cat, you know how me look on it? Like you have Brazil in South America. Like you have Brazil in South America. And like you have Uruguay in South America. They are the Brazil and we are the Uruguay. Two big sides, but there's levels to this, man. But two big sides nonetheless. Seeing, so it's a very good team we're going up against. Mighty team. Mighty team. But I firmly believe that this is a team that we can get a result against. I honestly, genuinely believe that this is a team we can get a result against. Really and truly believe that. So, but we have to get it right. We have to get it right, ladies and gentlemen. On the pitch, we have to get it right. And we are go into some details now about how this particular team plays. Because this Olympic champion team, man, is no joke in terms of how they play, man. Absolutely no joke in terms of how they play. I am always very fearful of teams that run heavily. You see, running teams, I don't like when them side they play my national team. Honest to God, I don't like when them side they play my national team. Big and serious, because the national team is not really known for its mobility, you know. None of the national teams are known for its mobility. So, Tyrone said it's fine now. All right, cool. So, yeah, all right. So, I could talk a little bit about this Olympic champion team, right? The reigning Olympic champions, Canada. Dangerous, dangerous team. All right. So, what I realize is that they have a set system of play, and they don't seem to divert from it, regardless of who they play. I watched them in this tournament versus Panama, and I watched them versus Costa Rica. And both those two teams, they played them the same way. One of the games, them squeeze past. I think them they beat Panama 1-0, and them they beat Costa Rica. 2-0 them they beat Costa Rica. I think a 2-0 them they beat Costa Rica. Yeah, man. I didn't bother to watch the Trinidad game because, I mean, why we are going to watch that? We know that I go already. We wanted to see them in more competitive games, right? So, the Canada team's starting formation, it's kind of weird, you know. It's a weird starting formation, you know. All right. So, at times it looks like a 4-3-1-2, and at times it looks like a 4-3-3. But it's kind of a hybrid starting formation when you look at the respective starting positions of the players on the pitch. And I'm going to go a little bit more in detail on that. In build-up, though, it at times goes between a 2-4-1-3 and in attack. So in attacking transition is a 2-4-1-3, and in attack, in the attacking moment of the game, it is a 2-4-4. So this is not a team that is afraid to get numbers in front of the ball, ladies and gentlemen. And those are usually the strongest teams in the world, the ones that are not afraid to get numbers in front of the ball. So that alone, right, just to show you, gives you an idea of what will be likely to happen in this particular game, right? So they play a false 9 system with a false 9 that likes to roam to link, roam to link the play, break the lines, and also to provide overloads in the final third. Seeing? And at times, this particular false 9 player at times can look like a number 10. Because it is not your traditional striking role. Seeing is not your traditional out-and-out number 9 role that their center forward Sinclair plays, or definitely has played in this tournament thus far. Seeing, one of the things I realized with this particular team is that they play like a midfield box, so to speak, that creates overloads in the central zone. And this particular midfield box will create space out wide. So what happens? Sinclair would join the number 10 deeper in the middle of the park, in the pocket. And when you combine that with the two central midfielders in the midfield 4, it creates like a box, a midfield makeshift box in the central zone, and that creates overloads to break the lines. So that is very important, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more in detail because I think that is very, very important. Dynamic starting positions and movement, that is something that we definitely need to keep an eye out with regards to this Canadian team. Dynamic starting positions and movement. As I stated, in attack, they play a 2-4-4 So it is a front four in attack that they use versus Costa Rica and Panama. One of the things that I realized with Costa Rica and Panama is that in their games they played a back five. And I think that they went to the back five in those games because they wanted to have a numerical advantage over the Canadians in their defensive third, in the Canadians attacking third. Seeing because Canada always are going to play with a front four in the attacking moment of the game. Yo, you see them high press, ladies and gentlemen, is no flipping joke. To say Canada is a high pressing team is putting it mildly, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one of the reasons why I am a little bit fearful of this particular team, right? So the high press and counter press intensely for literally the entire game. No joke, man. No joke. This is a well-oiled and well-drilled machine. Fit, man, fit. Ruthless, intense pressure all over the opposition, all over the park. They don't give you a lot of time and space on the ball. Costa Rica and Panama got very, very little time and space on the ball to build out from the back, especially the Costa Rican game. May I say 80% of it was played in the Costa Rican defensive third. Big and serious. I think Costa Rica got into their final third for the first time in the entire game in the 55th minute. I am not exaggerating. This is a team that keeps you pending into your half. And this is a team that if you allow them and you sit too deep, they're going to pen you inside of your defensive third. One of the main tactics that they use to win possession of the ball very quickly as well is they deploy a lot of double teams. They deploy double teams frequently. Seeing so when we say you get very little time and space on the ball, is no joke. Another tactic that they use heavily is the bait passing channels. So them show you a passing channel and make you think that that passing channel is on and that pass is on. When you're trying to build out from the back, the player makes that respective pass. They were baiting it and expecting it, and as soon as they make the pass, them just jump the passing channel, make the interception, win back the ball. Seeing, I spoke about the running and the intensity of the running for the entire game. You see this Canada team, it is a very fit, very strong and relatively athletic team. Physical specimens, ladies and gentlemen. Physical specimens. Honestly, man, from a physical standpoint, on point, man, on point. Seeing, one of the things I realized with their attackers and their midfielders, the Canadian attackers and the Canadian midfielders are very good in defending 1v1. Yes, the press is structured well, that is true, but you can also see great individual ball winning ability with their attacking players and with their midfield players. So they have that high line of pressure and they win the ball back relatively quickly, win it in the high press and also win it in the counter press. Seeing, and they press with a front five and they use a quadratic press, which is usually targeting weak links in terms of players that they think are the weakest in your team on the ball. Seeing, they move the ball very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. They move it with purpose, side to side, to shift the opposition team and to shift the opposition lines, looking for space to exploit. They use the full width of the pitch. One of the main things you will always see with this Canadian team is they're always trying to pull your team apart. They are always trying to stretch respective teams that they play, right? They win the first or the second balls of kickouts or clearances. Seen? So even if them now win the first ball, 9 out of 10 chances them are going to win the second ball. Seeing a ruthless team when it comes to retrieving possession of the football, right? Mostly they come through the middle. No, foolishness I'm chatting. Occasionally rather, they come through the middle, but mostly they go out wide. Even when they come through the middle, most of the times it's with the intent to eventually switch the play out wide. And these Canadian players, given the level that they play at, I think it goes without saying that their players are technically exceptionally sound. And I already gave you guys the top players on this respective Canadian team. One of the things that I'm thinking about is that given the intensity at which they have played with for this particular tournament, could it be a stage that we could see burnout towards the latter stages of the competition? Could we see a relatively flat Canadian team run out against the Jamaicans? Is that a possibility? I personally think it is highly unlikely though, because of the amount of rest days in between the respective games. So because of the amount of rest in between the respective games, there is enough recovery time for these ladies. So even though it is something, because as I said, they work at a very high intensity for the entirety of the game. But I don't think burnout is possible. One of the ways we can exploit them, because they play with a high back line, you know. That's one of the ways they can keep you pending into your respective half. They play with a high back line. Definitely, we should look to play those balls over the top. But because their goalkeeper plays a sweeper keeper kind of role, it is more advisable that those balls over the top are for the wingers in wide areas to make it less likely that the goalkeeper, will even want to come for it, yet alone think that you can come there and get there, yet alone actually get there. So balls over the top is something we can use to exploit them. However, I personally think those balls should definitely be in wide areas. Seeing, one of the things I realized with Canada as well, their crossing is not the best. So they get the ball in wide areas, cut it back, or make the crosses into the box. However, their final passes, in my humble opinion, especially the crossing, can be a bit wayward at times. And it is important to note that this is a team that has not conceded a goal all tournament. This is a team that has not conceded a goal all tournament. So to tell you how we can break down this team, or to give you examples of how other teams have broken down this particular team, trust me, man, we can't do it, because so far in this tournament, nobody has even looked as if them can score against this team. Honestly, nobody has even looked like them can even score against this Canadian team. That's how dominant they have been. What time is the game and on which channel? Thanks. All right, the game is at 9 p.m. our time, Jamaica time. I don't know if you're overseas or in Jamaica, but if you are in Jamaica, it is 9 p.m. our time. Yeah, so and we'll be doing a watch along at 8:30. So you can look out for that. I am in the States. So yeah, I think it depends on where you are still. I'm not so 100% sure about American time, But just do the maths. Just do the maths and see, how it look, what time it would be in your respective jurisdiction, if it would, what time it would translate to in your respective jurisdiction. Is 9 p.m. Jamaica time. Yeah, man, bless up Gregory. Bless up Gregory. track meet, them one track meet, them I go get. Alright, cool. I hope the money girls get from championship and World Cup. Them hold on to it and say them want it to pay them debt. Like the last time girls qualify, it caused protests for pay. Oh yeah, I remember that. You know what I need to look at? I need to look at how much you get when you qualify for the Women's World Cup. Anybody know that? I have to look up that, because we're qualifying, so we should be in for a big payday, However, it's obviously nowhere near the payday that the boys would receive. It's nowhere near the payday that the boys would receive. So we need to look into that, though. I wonder if I enough money for JFF can clear them debts. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Because JFF debt high, man. JFF debt high. Jamaica can win this. You know what's crazy? I'm wondering if Donaldson is going to try and go toe-to-toe against this team, or if he's going to try and sit back and counter. This team stifle teams on the counter, Costa Rica and Panama tried to counter, and had very little joy, Very, 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 very little joy. I think this Reggae Girlz team is good enough to take it to the Canadians. Go out there and try to rattle them, try and high press them, try and see if we can hold the ball against them. I mean, the girls are good, but is the coach good? Will he implement a proper structure? That is the big question. Because, them coach look like a master tactician, The Canadians coach, them look like a master tactician, man. Master tactician. Audio is fine for me. Satara Murray just come out of retirement this year, I think, as well. She did retire, not injured, she did injured. I thought it was injured, she was injured. Because I know she hasn't played that much for her team in the US this year. Satara Murray, a young girl. When I say young, I don't mean extremely young, but I don't think she reached retirement age yet, Brian. Jamaica will win by 3. Gregory, where the blouse and skirts you talk about? Gregory, where the blouse and skirts you talk about, Gregory? Gregory, you sound like Alice in Wonderland, brethren. A dream. I have a crystal ball and you see something we not see. Boss, Jamaica will win by 3. Boy, my G, you're very optimistic. You're extremely optimistic, brethren. You're extremely optimistic. Crazy, man. It was about 300,000 US last World Cup, but FIFA raised the money for this World Cup. Okay, cool. But we must say it was USD 750,000 in 2019, but they will add a big increase of about 25 to 35%. So that means, what JFF in line for a big payday, man. Then, man, JFF make money. JFF in line for a big payday then. 1 million US can go a good way in clearing the debt, but say, of course, some of that money will definitely have to go to the girls. Right? I mean, how that share is going to work remains to be seen. So all of it won't be going to clearing debt. And with the JFF, yeah, you never know what that money will be going to, We could just leave it at that. Read between the lines. You never know what that money can be going to with the JFF, man. Crazy. It could be going to paying JFF debt. Could it be going to pay? I'm not gonna talk that here, because I don't want a lawsuit on my channel. Jeff is not easy doing it, you have to watch them, you have to watch them. Counter by drawing out the centre back, but it's going to be very hard. Yo, me I tell you. Let me tell you this. You see, Lauren Donaldson have a whole heap of proof to me now. Because so far in this tournament, Lauren Donaldson has proven to me that he is a decent coach at best thus far. Him not prove to me that he's a great coach, but him not prove to me that he's a poor coach either. Him seem like somewhere in the middle. Seeing? Now, I think this Reggae Girlz team has a lot of potential. A lot of potential. But it is going to take a very good coach to unlock that potential. It is going to take a very good coach to unlock that potential. I talk about deep runs in our World Cup. I not just talk, we'll go World Cup, just run up and down and compete and happy so we're dead. I want the Reggae Girlz to have a great coach to give us the best possible likeliness of unlocking the Reggae Girlz' full potential. Donaldson, however, him have some proving to do. Now, if this Reggae Girlz team can roll some decent lead against Canada, me give Donaldson him props as a good coach. If we capitulate the way and crumble the way we did crumble against the US, Donaldson another man. 4 games in, Donaldson must can have the team to implement a proper attacking structure and roll some decent leader. I not say if we beat Canada, if him beat Canada, then great. But I not say I expect that, and I not say I want to see that necessarily. The most important thing for me going forward is to see how the team matches up against the best in the world. I not say if we beat the best in the world, but with at the very least with the crop of talent we have, at the very least with a whole own. And that me I say. So Donaldson, tonight is a big night for you in a boss. If the team crumble like how them crumble against the US in a virgin, me are the first to get up and say Donaldson out, It's going. Yo, TheFormulaSports, the views expressed by Gregory Reed does not necessarily represent those of TheFormulaSports. Oh boy, Gregory Reed, roughing and struggle with the Federation, Roughing and struggle. Coach get Mexico game right, him study how Mexico play and we win. Today, we will know how good keeper is. Virgin keeper, big keeper, Virgin. We know that already. Dewey and Shirley, we know say Rebecca or Becky with the good hands are big keeper. That we know already. Yes, but the money will go to Sadala Marley, and Sadala Marley give the JFF what they should get. That's how it works, Gregory. Yeah, educate my boss. They know that's how it works. The money from FIFA are going to go directly to the Marlies. You mean Sidela? Oh, say Sadala. Sidela, you mean? I don't think I saw it work, Gregory. You can't saw it work. It would have been anarchy in our federation if I saw it work, Gregory. Ricketts and him friend. The views expressed by Fabian Full. Ricketts and him friend are gonna rob up the money and use it for other things and not the girls. Remember flinging and allegedly they saying a Fabian Full. So them not find you out on YouTube and slap you with a lawsuit. So if Fabian Full, as much as you think a joke thing, a comment like this can get a sued in a virgin. Because you make it on a public platform in a boss. So I'm flinging the allegedly fear they say in a virgin. So you get yourself in a problems, Dwayne Shirley, Becky a big keeper. Becky have no more proving to do for the Reggae Girlz, Virgin. No more proving. Becky a big keeper, Virgin. Big. Virgin, you know see the work. First of all, Becky play for Tottenham Hotspur, Virgin, in England. Second of all, you know see the work. England are one of the biggest leagues in the world. You know see the world-class shot stopping what Becky do in the tournament thus far. She has been our best player in the tournament without a shadow of a doubt. World-class shot stopping. World-class shot stopping, Virgin. Literally, I dig them out. Right? Her positioning is on point. Her confidence, excellent. The way she commands her area and organizes what is taking place in her area and make sure that everything is on point around her. Her distribution, very good. Virgin, Becky a big keeper. Becky have no more proving for this doing, Shirley. No more proving. Becky can sip a glass of champagne in that game if you all like care, Virgin. Honestly. Even if Becky make a ton load of errors tonight, Becky done already prove herself to me, Virgin. Boy, you're marking him hard. These are the best teams in the world, laugh out loud. Even if he put up a fight, then beat Costa Rica, I would give him the next chance for the Olympic spot. We max it. I get what you're saying now. I not say we for beat Canada though, you know, we max it. I not say we for beat the likes of Canada and the US, you know. What I am saying is the way we crumbled against the Americans, we performed well below our ability in that particular game. Well below our ability. The girls were better than that in the US game. Better than that. I tell you that straight up. That game could have easily have been a 10-0. Remember about 3 or 4 goal America scored where it was offside by a whisker, you know. America hit post, America hit bar. Becky Spencer dig out couple. That could easily, it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen a national team do. A Jamaican national team do. It's one of those right up there with some of the worst performances. And worse in terms of relatively speaking, one of the reasons why it really rubbed me the wrong way, that performance there, you know, is relatively speaking to the quality of America, to the quality that we have. Yes, everybody know America is the better team. They are the undisputed best team in the world, most successful women's team in the world. Yeah, we get all of that. But the girls were better than that. That's all me I say. If we crumble like that against this Canadian team, Donaldson out. I don't business if him get to go to World Cup. Donaldson out. Me I tell you that. Because we never really exactly rolled a big leather against Mexico. And to be fair, we did a decent job against Haiti, but I still think that there's far much more room for improvement. Right? I do respect the fact that he's relatively new in this second stint. But 4 games in, I can't make the team roll in a decent leather. Right? Even if we lose a 2-0, fine. But at least make the team look like the team that it is on paper against Canada. Make it at least look like a team that, while is inferior to Canada on them day, are a team that can give Canada a good run for their money. We are a team on paper that can give Canada a good run for their money. We are a team on paper that if Canada beat them, have to do it the hard way. I don't want to see we are crumble like how we crumble against the US. Dreamer, what's the update on Kanya Plummer and Marlo Sweatman? Marlo Sweatman was not selected in the team for reasons I don't know. You know, I heard what is the issue with Kanya, but I don't remember, you know. I don't remember off the top of my head. So I can't give you an update on that right now. Every team has bad days. USA gave us the most respect out of every team they played in the group play. You think so? You think so, Kemar, or something? Boy, I'm a boss, I don't know. In all honesty, I think we put up the worst performance out of all of the teams America playing at the group. Haiti did play America better than we, you know. But I thought the players just shut down after 5 minutes. I don't know what it is, man. The players, honestly, yo, it's like they were deer in headlights, man. Like them see America and just roll over. It was crazy. And Drew Spence solid in midfield. Drew Spence a big baller, you know, man. Big baller. Canadian fans keep the same energy after the game. All right, special edition thing so we can beat Canada. What? 2-0? What? So we are say Canada will score a barrage of goals in this game. In this tournament thus far and has not conceded. Canada has not conceded in this tournament thus far, and it's a special edition. Canada no concede. And we have never scored against Canada. So, and you see we are give them a 2-0. All right, my boss, if you say so, I hear you. We need Women's Football League to find good players in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Mr. Speed, them say, Rudolph Speed, them say, them a work on a league, you know. Mr. Speed, them say, them a work on a league, so I want to see the girls come out and play ball, have fun and believe in themselves. Yeah, man. By the way, you see, if we win this game, we'll be going to the finals of the tournament, and it will be one step closer to an automatic Olympic qualification and also the inaugural Concacaf Women's Gold Cup tournament. So we have 2 games to go. If we win these 2 games, we can qualify for the Olympics. I don't think we have ever qualified for the Olympics, you know. So that would be another history-making feat. And and if Donaldson qualified this team for the Olympics and win the yo, can you imagine if we are CONCACAF champions, beat Canada and US going to the World Cup? We are big Kim Ping a go World Cup, you know. We are big Dark Horse a go World Cup, you know, man. Suppose we actually win the championship, man. At that point in time, Lauren Donaldson should get if Lauren Donaldson accomplished that, he should get a lifetime post at the JFF. He should be the coach for life with the Reggae Girlz. Big, I mean, give him props, big time. But I understand what you're saying. I agreed that we should set standards, but JFF can't pay anybody else. We're going to win by 3, no joke. Remember what I said today. All right, Gregory. I don't know where you're seeing at that tournament here with we suggest that. That's one of the things I heard. One of the things I heard that she was injured. No, I think she was definitely injured. I'm not going to conclusively say, because honestly, I don't remember, to be honest with you. No, nobody no, Mr. Special Edition. Hold on. We now say Jamaica can't beat Canada, you know. We just say, you know, it's rough and I struggle. We wish the girls all the best, though. I disagree with you. The coach did a lot in Mexico and Haiti match because those 2 teams was a good team. I see a point. Fear. I see a point. I think we could have done better in the Mexico and the Haiti games, though. But as I said, I now beat him for them 2 games they do. Especially the Mexico game. The Mexico game was his first game back with the team. So I not gonna really beat him for that. We will beat Canada by 2 goals. Boy, people confident team, man. Blair Video confident though, my boss. We tend to show US too much respect. Yes, they have more resources at their disposal, hence better prepared. However, we are a more talented team. You think so? That's an interesting comment in a dreamer. You think some more talented team? More talented team. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. A more talented team. That's a very, very interesting observation. I don't know if we're more talented than the US, you know. I will definitely agree with you, though, that the Americans are much, much, much better prepared. Much, much, much better prepared. And they have the resources to enable that. Yo, when I say I'm asking to that jump on that, you know. I wonder how it take him so long, you know. Because I know say him not really have tolerance level for them, the kind of BS, you know. Or what he deems to be BS, you know. We're not beat you and say, well, I shouldn't say that because I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say BS in a dreamer, but dreamer is rough in a dreamer. For say we are a more talented team than the US. The US are the best players in the world and is undisputedly the most successful team, you know, in women's football, you know. History, you know. So when you say that we are the most successful, we are more talented, we have the more talented players. Boy, I don't know if I 100% agree with you in a box. I don't know if I 100% agree with you. Seeing? I don't know if I 100% agree with you. Don't know if I 100% agree with you. Alright. What more want to do? What more want to do? Formula under style will let the US team beat us up. When we meet them in the final, they will be overconfident. The coach, a genius. It's all part of the speech. Yo, they can drum up some interesting theories, you know, man. Come on, something. Big up yourself, my boss. They can drum up some interesting theories. Very interesting theories. Yeah, man. See, Martin Baker make you know straight up saying the need for like up the video, guys. Like up the video. Oh, Martin there tell me say don't beat him. Like up the video, man. Knock up the like button. Smash up the like button. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Share video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, free and easy ways to support the channel. Where I'm oh, Marie, I'm actually comment already. Hold on, I read Clyde. Oh wait, Chris did make a comment before that. Dream or dream. Dream or dream. Dreamer, big up yourself still, my boss. I use the Jamaica. You're very overconfident with your Jamaica team. We max it football. Jamaica is good, but damn, laugh out loud. OMG. Look at Shaw, Brown, etc. That's not learned. That's God-given, natural, gifted. Yeah, but Dreamer, hold on. I can't agree with that though. Bunny Shaw came up in the collegiate ranks in the US. And women's players receive very good development in the women's collegiate system. Right? It's a very good development system there over there in the collegiate system. So when you say that that is naturally gifted, I don't agree with that. Bunny Shaw and Jody Brown. As a matter of fact, Jody Brown is still in the women's collegiate system right now. Bunny Shaw came up through the collegiate ranks. So I agree that they are obviously naturally gifted footballers, obviously. I mean, Jody Brown was named by CONCACAF the best women's young player in CONCACAF, which is a massive accomplishment given the youth players playing for Canada, US, etc. And obviously, Bunny Shaw is a big striker that tore up arguably the best league, women's league in the world. Right? Like this completely destroyed the league, scored more goals than games. Prince, oh God, my boss. I see I get a beating over Ryan LFC the other night, you know. First responder say, delusional. Hope we get a group with France or Germany to weak team. France and Germany are weak team. Eh? Really doing? You think so? We classify as a weak team doing. They classify as a weak team. We're going to win tonight and prepare for a mega upset in the final. All right, Devon Brown, cool, my boss. You said, what's the deal with Plummer? I don't understand the comment there. Formula Canada ain't playing nobody in this part of the tournament, so watch out tonight. So Costa Rica and nobody. Yo, when it's easy, you know. So Costa Rica and Panama and nobody. I don't understand you, Mr. Special Edition. Costa Rica and Panama is nobody. I can't understand Trinidad. Trinidad is nobody. I not disagree with that. Sorry, with the greatest of respect to our Caribbean brothers over there in the Twin Island Republic. In the women's football, them not ready. You haven't said what's the deal with. Oh, no, I said that I heard it a long time ago, a good while ago, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So I don't want to say conclusively. I don't want to talk it because I really don't remember, to be honest with you. I really don't remember what's the issue with Cognac Plummer. So I don't want to say it because I don't remember it. I don't want to say it right now. People like up the video, dream a laugh out loud, different level OMG America as a factory of talent. America as a league of talent. America as a league of talent. Not even a factory, a league. Princess said big up we max it. Prince was right last night. He was right to a certain extent. I don't know if I agree with everything he said, but he makes some decent points, but he said some things too in a way. Kind of did like a shaky, you know. Big up yourself though, Prince. Big up yourself. Prince is a brother where always look at things from a different standpoint, to be fair to him. No, I mean, does the team are good team? When I say weak team, very low ranked team where Jamaica can beat. All right, interesting. 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 Give the Reggae Girlz their props because with little preparation, these World Cup qualifying tournament games are actually their practice games to gel as a team and the coaching staff to get the right combo. And Neville, that is fair. That is fair. We can't argue with that. I honestly, Naga can't argue with that. Honestly, Naga argue with that. Honestly, Naga argue with that. Big and serious. Can't argue with that. That is fair. Honestly, Naga can't argue with that. That is fair. All right. More to see if I can run through something very relatively quickly. Very relatively quickly. I've never done this before. So Let me see if I can pull it off. Let me see if I can pull it off. I've never done it before though. Hold on. All right. So I bring this up on screen because one of the things I want to talk about quickly is the respective patterns of play that the Canadians use heavily in the two games I watched with them versus Panama and Costa Rica. Now, it must be said that they utilize a lot of patterns of play, because when you're playing against two stubborn teams that you're desperately trying to break down, seeing, they were utilizing a lot to try and break down these two respective teams. Just to give you, but I'm gonna elaborate on the main patterns of play that I would have seen with this Canadian team that we should definitely look out for, just to give you guys a better insight as to how the Canadians play. Seeing, so the first thing the first pattern of play rather that I noticed with them in the two games against Panama and Costa Rica. So right now you see the build up, what the formation. So the Canadians are in blue and the opposing teams are in red. The opposing teams in this tournament have played them, the Costa Ricans and the Panamanians, played them with a 5-4-1. Right? And they tried to do that with the 4 in the middle to match up against the midfield 4 that the Canadians usually implement in build-up. So you see the blue circles on your screen. This is how Canada usually builds up with a midfield 4. See, so Costa Rica and Panama would have used a 5-4-1 to try and have the numerical advantage in the middle of the park, and also have the overloads in their defensive third, or Canada's attacking third, because in attacking transition for Canada, it's a 2-4-1-3, but in attack it becomes a 2-4-4 with 4 players in the front line. So the Costa Ricans and the Panamanians use a back 5 to try and outnumber the front 4 of the Canadians, because especially going up against a team like Canada with the quality that Canada possesses in their front 4, you really and truly don't want to be going man to man with them, so to speak, and have 1v1 individual battles. Now, this was one of the things that the back 5 and the numerical advantage for Costa Rica and Panama did pose some challenges for the Canadians in this respective tournament. So that is something that has to be taken into consideration. As I said, it will be very interesting to see how we play this respective Canadian team, whether we sit back like the Costa Ricans and the Panamanians in a mid to low block, or we try and take the game to them. Now, so the first pattern of play that I will emphasize is, you see the center back, because they play a high line with a back 2. As I say, in attacking transition, it's a 2-3-1-3. In attack, it's a 2-4-4 with a lot of numbers in front of the ball. So you see the center back now, the right center back in the blue with the ball at their feet. What usually takes place is that these particular individuals, one of the patterns of play, the main patterns of play that I noticed, is that these particular individuals would, in the midfield, would make runs, movement. And obviously, the opposition players have to track this movement. Now, when these runs are made, space is opened in the middle of the park, and the wingers, or the wide players, will drop into the half space. and the ball is played from the center back to the winger in the half space. Now, this particular player usually comes inside to trap this particular run. Now, usually the winger either knocks it to this player who is making the run from midfield to join the front four, which is the 2-4-4 in attack. And usually the winger will either play to this player to link up or to have give and goes to get in behind the opposition's defensive line, or what sometimes take place is that because the winger dragged the left wing back out of this particular space, the Canadian wing back makes an overlapping run. On the half turn, the winger finds the overlapping run of the Canadian wing back, and obviously, they make a diagonal run to the byline in behind. They either cross it or cut it back to the edge of the box of players, making secondary runs, right? One of the ways that this build-up can also take place is also, instead of the midfielders moving to create space for the center back stepping up to find the winger in the half space, what sometimes takes place is triple width, where the ball is played out to the right wing back, who plays the ball to the right winger. The winger then looks to link up with our fellow players in the forward line, or holds it up, moves into the half space, drags the left wing back out of position, then plays the Canadian wing back in behind, looking for the cutback or looking for the cross, right? So that is one of the patterns of play that I have noticed, and this can happen on both sides of the pitch. As I said, the Canadians mostly, yes, they play through the central zone, but for the most part, even when they play through the central zone, it's with the idea of eventually getting out wide. And for the most part, they play in the half spaces and the wing channel. Seen? All right, another pattern of play that I would notice, and this is a very common pattern of play, right? Very, very common pattern of play, right? Is obviously it's a 2v1 scenario here. So this line of pressure from the first Costa Rican or Panamanian striker broken pretty easily. The center backs advancing, driving into space with the ball, right? And then you see the Canadian here. What you normally see sometimes is like when they're playing it through the central zone, one of the Canadian central midfielders step up. So this Canadian central midfield, this opposition central midfielder has to trap this run. But what takes place is that the other opposite central Canadian midfielder makes a run in behind, and the center back will pass the ball to this midfielder who steps up, and what usually takes place is a one-time pass from the central midfielder who came a little bit deeper for the ball, and he make a one-time pass to their fellow central midfielder who made the run in behind, the blindsided run in behind the opposition midfield line. And that would mean that the opposition midfield line is broken, and when that takes place, there are problems, and a bag of link up right so take place in the pocket, and most times though it eventually goes wide to either the winger who is 1v1 with the fullback, with the wing back rather, the left wing back, or it goes to the wing back making an overlapping run. So hopefully you guys are staying with me, and this can happen on both sides of the central zone. So it can happen on the left side of the central zone, it can happen on the right side of the central zone with the right center back making the play to the right central midfielder and the left central midfielder making the run in behind. Usually, either the central midfielder would control the ball in this scenario on the half turn and then make the pass to the fellow midfielder breaking the midfield line, or a lot of the times though it's actually a one-time pass, a one-time sort of flick-on pass on the half turn, so to speak. So that is a popular or a common pattern of play I see with the Canadians coming down the central channel as well. Another pattern of play that I notice as well with the Canadian team is again the central midfielders making movement in the, hold on. Oh no, wrong pattern of play. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that particular pattern of play. Another part, this pattern of play though that I notice with them also is that they get the ball out wide to the wing back, right? Who gets it to the winger, or they move it through the central zone and eventually get it to the winger. Now, this particular winger is operating in front of the wing backs, and it can happen on both sides of the pitch, operating in front of the wing back. So they drop a little bit deeper in the 1v1, drag the wing backs out of position, and then a diagonal run is taking place right here with the fellow player in the forward line. So usually the diagonal run, underlapping run is made and the ball is played to the player making the diagonal underlapping run, and then they either look to cut it back or cross it. I know this creates problems because it disorganizes the defense line, you know, with the run into the space that the left wing back would have occupied. And then, you know, this left center back is wondering whether or not to go with the forward making the diagonal run. Most of the times from what I've seen, they don't go. They allow the player, they zonal mark to some extent, and the player usually either cuts it back or crosses it into the respective box, right? So that is another pattern of play that I noticed with the Canadians. So this is a team that is a very well-oiled and well-drilled machine, you know, ladies and gentlemen, right? And they have a plan and they stick to it, and obviously they have the quality players to implement it against even top respective teams. Seeing one of the patterns of play I noticed as well, another one is again Canadian midfielders moving in the middle of the park. Opposition midfielders are forced to track these runs, creating passing channels in the central zone. And what usually takes place is that, what's your name again? Sinclair usually drops into the pocket, playing that false nine role, and gets on the end of a passing channel. Right? Whenever she sees space between the midfield lines, the center back will move to the beginning of that passing channel, and Sinclair moves to the end of that passing channel after the center back would have, you know, drove into the space. The center back then passes the ball to Sinclair, who dropped a little bit deeper in the pocket. Now, this particular player either comes with Sinclair or stays, right? And there's a number of things that Sinclair will do. You know, when this particular player comes it and balances the opposition defense line, they're talking about give and goes, right? Knock it there, Sinclair, blindside run in behind. But mostly what takes place though, that does happen a lot, but mostly what takes place though is that Sinclair or this particular player, Flemings, who played a hybrid number 10 number 9 kind of a role. It was kind of weird. Any one of them drop at the edge of the central zone and receive the ball. Any one of them get it in the pocket. They switch it out wide for the wingers to take on the wingbacks 1v1, or drag the wingbacks in the half channel and send the drag the wingbacks in the half channel and send their wingbacks in behind on the overlapping run. And the final pattern of play, and by the way, you guys noticed the box midfield that I was talking about earlier with the 2-4-4, when I was saying that they play with false nines and not necessarily traditional number nines. These two players in the front line operate a lot in the pocket, and they drop pretty deep in the pocket. So when these players receive the ball in the middle of the park, look at that. You're talking about a 4v2 in the central zone right there, you know. You're talking about this player tracking this player over here. You're talking about 4 Canadian players that makeshift sort of box midfield in the middle of the park, right? And what they will do is have those patterns of play with the box midfield, and once the midfield line of the opposition team is broken, right, they get the ball in the pockets, send it out wide. Wingers take on wingbacks 1v1 or send their Canadian wingback on the overlap and crosses and cutbacks into the box, right? This particular makeshift box midfield that takes place here in the central zone, it forced Panama and Costa Rica to play very narrow. And because of that, there was a lot of space in the wing channel. Whenever the ball was played through the middle, it would leave a lot of space in the wing channel because of this box midfield overload taking place in the central zone that caused opposition teams to be very, very compact in the middle of the park. So because the compactness in the middle of the park created quite a lot of space for the Canadians to exploit in the wide area. So on numerous occasions in the games against Costa Rica and Panama, the wingers had a lot of space where they received the ball in the wing channel. At times, the wing backs were almost defending in the half space. So the wingers had a lot of time and space to run at the wing backs and take them on 1v1. Because of this makeshift box, creating the overloads in the central zone, forcing opposition teams to be more narrow in how they defend it. So, you know, that's some of the patterns of play that I wanted to highlight very quickly. Sorry for ignoring you guys in the comment section, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the Canadians would play. What I will say quickly though, finally on this particular topic, is that these two players in the pocket, these two false nines, so to speak, Sinclair and Flemings, two dangerous players. A lot of link up and interchanging took place right here. And if we're not careful, it can cause us problems in this particular game. Seeing? So, you know, that's basically it with the patterns of play that the Canadians would have implemented in this respective game. Yeah, guys, knock up the like button, subscribe, and also share if you haven't done so already. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Again, sorry to ignore you guys in the comment section, but I just wanted to share that bit of info with you guys as well. It's the first time I've actually used this particular software on the platform, so it was good to give it a run out, and hopefully you guys would have had a clear idea as to what I was, trying to explain, in terms of how the Canadians play. All right, we have one final thing to look at before we get out of here. One final thing to look at before we get out of here. Hold on. I do me 11, ladies and gentlemen. My starting 11, I do my starting 11. Before I do the starting 11, let me just read some of your comments in the comment sections quickly. Ricardo Hotbreak said, Jody and Trudy have to keep the width and keep possession with the support of the midfielders and the wing back on their respective wing. Bunny must play a fast 9 role to advance the play. Bunny is going to have to do a lot of hold-up play in this respective game, and the likes of whenever the ball gets to the feet of Bunny, or gets to the head of Bunny, Jody Brown and Trudy Carter, whoever the wingers are, need to be close to Bunny to play off of those second balls. I don't want to see Primus nor Salone on the field tonight. McCoy and Asha, I want to see. Travis, me that agree with that before last game. All right. Primus, Primus, Primus a baller, but I'm not really my type of attacking midfielder. I'm not really my type of toppling. But more like the more creative sparks in the middle of the park. Primus is more of a link man. A runner, so to speak, and a link man. She's not really that creative spark that I would like to see. He's a good baller, He's a good baller, but I rate Primus, but I understand what you say. You want to see somebody a bit more creative in the middle of the park. Salone have to start though. Salone had a very good game against Haiti. So I can't agree with that. Before the Haiti game, I was saying Salone need for whole bench, but at the Haiti game, Salone ball. Salone helped Drew Spence to control the midfield for extended periods of time. Salone really came to the party. I remember Salone hasn't been playing a lot in recent times, Seeing USA was 8. Jamaica 5-0 beat Canada, gonna kick. Master Leo Neglaki. Brethren, reword a comment and send it again because me not understand a word how you just said, brethren. Me not understand a word how you just said. Me not understand a word how you just said, brethren. Travis Pessoa as the Formula Sports check in the coward analyst boss on the job in raining Mobile. It's raining in Mobile. It was raining earlier here, where I am, Rain there tear little earlier on, man. It's so crazy. I go up on coach's decks probably over a year ago. It was actually the first time I went on a live, I'd never done a live before that, Coach invited me on to do a preview on the Jamaica versus US game that was taking place in Austria a little over a year ago. Seen? And in the preview, I say, we need to play behind the ball. We need to sit back because the American team and a joke team. And if we try to go toe-to-toe with them, we're gonna get dumped up. From that, everybody have me as the coward analyst. Big up Travis Pessoa. Big up yourself. It is not, people, let me tell you something. People always mistake cowardly with strategic. There's a difference, Travis. There's a difference between being scared and being wise, foreseeing something and being strategic. Seeing? Big up yourself though, Travis. Canadian fans keep the same energy after the game 2-0 Jamaica. Cool. Formula, you can't use the same color where we can relate to laugh out loud. I think Jamaica is blue and Canada is red. Question mark. So that's probably something we can work on next time when we do the tactical analysis and the tactical breakdown. Canada is ready now. Seeing, but what I should have do, I should have did use the yellow instead of the no lie. Canada was blue. Canada was blue and the opposition was red. What I should have do though, I use the red for Canada, like how that's their kit color, and use yellow for Jamaica. So thanks to that constructive criticism there, Prince. Much appreciated. Something where we can learn from. Something where we can learn from for sure. We appreciate the constructive criticism, man. Anytime when I think Formula go on with foolishness, man. And I just make Formula know in the comment section, and Formula will shape up, Formula will shape up. No, you're gone too far. I don't know what that was in response to. Sorry about that, Kemar or something. I don't know what that was in response to. Bunny Shaw trick tonight, a penalty and a free kick, and an individual goal. All right, big up yourself, my boy. By the way, yo, Bunny Shaw, big striker and a Prince. Prince, why you stop this the big striker and a Virgin? Because, Virgin, our massive goal, Bunny Shaw scoring a Virgin. You see that goal there? Individual brilliance plus the magnitude of the moment in a Belgium where we desperately need an insurance policy in a midlife park in a Belgium and Bonisha insurance policy in a game in a Belgium and Bonisha step up and provided it, and calm the spirits and calm the anxiety of Reggae Girlz fans, Reggae Girlz players, coaching staff. Virgin from that lick the back of the net, we know so we are going World Cup, Virgin. I also live in Canada. We max it a Prince Kevana. We max it, I definitely learned that in a harsh way. Kemar something all right, boss. Next week we'll break down a lot of worldwide info. I think this was some conversation going on in the chat. You can bring donkey or water, but you can't force them to drink. Yo, I have no clue what you're talking about in that chat. I live in Canada, watch the Canada female team all the time. I think Jamaica is getting better, however, I'm not sure if they can follow instructions enough to beat Canada yet. Interesting. Would you guys drop Murray and welcome back Blackwood? No. No, Michael Woodburn. I personally wouldn't do it. Only because you don't change a winning backline and you don't change a backline that did not concede a goal against a good attacking team. Right? The Haitians have a good attack with players playing at a very high level. Right? We are talking about Bala, we are Rose on Leather in France, which is one of the biggest leagues in the world. So I wouldn't change that. And Satara Murray did very well, I just the one little slip, and that can happen to anybody. To be fair, she do a Gerard slip on the edge of the penalty box and lose the ball and we nearly conceded. But apart from that, she was astounding. You see, with her leadership and how she commanded things in the back and how she organized and just how aggressive and assertive she was. I think we need that. I think we need that against a big Canadian team. Right? So no, I wouldn't drop Murray and bring in I wouldn't drop Murray for Blackwood. If me I drop somebody else, it wouldn't be Murray. If me I go bring in Blackwood. At Prince Kevin, I get the beating what you got last night. Every day, sad thing, you are correct and so much points, laugh out loud, keep it up. We max it. I hold it. Prince, you're my boss in a Prince, but you style bunny last night in a birthday. You style Bunny Shaw last night in a birthday. Big and serious style Bunny Shaw. Look, I agree with some of what he said in a wee maxi. See, me agree with some of what he said. Right? But Bunny Shaw, at her best, is one of the best strikers in women's football in the entire world. And that is facts. Facts. See, Prince, she got one new league, new country, new circumstances. Took her a little while to get going, but she eventually did get going and ended up with a decent goals return. Prince, watch it in a youth. Yeah, style the national heroine in a youth. Watch it in a youth. We never faced those two sides before. People need to watch women's games. I agree. Just this tournament will be better than Canada. What? Clive? We have been better than Canada in this tournament, really? Prince, you had a point last night. Just back it up with some more stats. You had a point to a certain extent. A certain extent. Some of what he said, I agree with. Some of what he said. All right, let me go further down in the chat because my sister me get all a super chat. Yo, John, them spammers are coming in the chat, man. I want to them, man. Yo, me need for something there, man. Put on the thing, you know, to allow only subscribers to enter, you know, or to comment in the comment section, you know. Blair video, big up, boss. Manners and respect for the super chat, man. Much appreciated, much appreciated. They always get the channel a strength, man, and trust me, man. I appreciate it, man. Good research on Canada pattern of play. I think this illustration will be helpful to the platform. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's the first time I was doing a tactical breakdown like that. So it went relatively well, though. It went relatively well. Formula 1000 love the board. Must see every stream. What? So I really rate it like that, man. All right, cool. Manners and respect record heartbreaks. We'll work with it going forward. We'll work with it. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. It's good to see that you guys would have gotten the picture that I was trying to paint. Right? So I'm happy to see that, you guys would have understood what I was trying to articulate. Seeing Formula as a Man City fan, the Canadians movement look like Man City in attack. The most effective defense is a triangle block with our forward acting as the point of the triangle defense at the center circle. All right, cool. Canada's biggest strength right now is their defense. Offensively, it's work in progress. Good luck to my birthplace, Jamaica, cheering for Jamaica. Work in progress is a bit strong of a statement, but I understand your point, though. I think, as I said, the crosses and the cutbacks. Also, I think on the cutbacks, I think the Canadians making the secondary runs could have been a bit sharper on the ball in terms of what they did with it. So, yeah, from that standpoint, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you are saying. I get what you are saying for sure. Formula, I think you probably get it twisted, bro. The intent was never to bring down Bunny. As everyone that knows me know that I've supported the girls 100%, 120%. Yeah, man. No, and I think you probably have it like a twisted enough, Prince. I tease and we're trouble when we say you're style Bunny. See, we know you don't we know you're a big Reggae Girlz fan, you know. You see, you know whole heap about the women's game, you know, whole heap. But I think here's where you really lose me, Kevin. Here's where you really lose me, Prince. When you made a comparison with the likes of the American players and Bonisha, like the Rapinos and the Morgans, and I don't remember all the other names that you would have mentioned, but you kind of lost me when you started talking about those big name players because you failed to kind of put it in the proper context, Kevin. One of the things that helped those girls to be ranked above a Bunny in her prime when Bunny made the ESPN listing of best top, I think it was top 20 or top 25 best footballers in the world. Bunny Shaw made that list. One of the reasons why those American players and those players that played for those big countries like Japan and US and those teams, one of the reasons they were ranked higher than Bunny on that list is because of what they do for their national teams, Prince. And I dare say you lose me. Those girls are winning Olympic gold medals, Olympic silver medals, Olympic bronze medals, golden boots at Olympics or World Championships or World Cup. silver boots, bronze boots, gold ball, silver ball, bronze ball. See, when you compare Bunny Shaw's accomplishments for national team, it obviously comes nowhere near the accomplishments of those ladies, because those ladies are playing for some of the top national teams in the world. Those national teams are making deep runs at World Cups, deep runs at Olympics, deep runs at this, at that. And at this, you lose my prince. Plus, those national teams play a lot more games in the year. A lot more games in the year. So at this, you kind of lose my prince. When you were making the point that those players are win Ballon d'Or and I win this and they are ranked higher than her. Yes, but you have to put, yes, they are ranked higher than her. And that's true, but you have to put it in the proper context, Prince. Seeing an ability, Bunny at her best can match up with the best in the world on ability. Yes, I agree this season was not our best season in England, but based on what she did, especially in the last 2 seasons in the French league, Prince, come on, man. Bunny at her best is one of the best strikers in world football, Bertie. Laugh out loud. Bossy, next week we're going to research down to the last page. All right. Keisha Lumsden. I think this is a female. It is good to see a female in the house. Bless up, bless up. We max it. Link me up, bro. The research there can share your formula now. Laugh out loud. What time is the match? 9 o'clock Jamaica time. Prince, I don't hear you talk about Mia Hamm. Love the board. Oh, see another comment about the board. All right, big up first responder. Thanks for that. We'll definitely do a lot more of it going forward then, because you guys seem to have really have enjoyed it. And what's so crazy is that I couldn't actually see the numbers on the stream that was watching the stream. But after I finished with the board, there were considerably a bit more numbers on the stream than where I had last seen it before I had looked at the numbers before I had started using the board. So people clearly liked the board. Conrad Mia Ham, a big baller, but I didn't really want to talk about ballers that had retired long time. I was trying to keep the thing present tense. All right. This Bunny War won't stop until 3 weeks. Yeah, it was this the big star baller, you know, man. We know Prince I mean still, you know. Prince a big Reggae Girlz fans, you know. But I think Prince argument, yeah man, Prince, we are gonna reason, man. Yo, Prince, me actually have your number in my phone in a long time. I say me I go link you and me just keep on forgetting, you know. Cause you're a good youth, you know. Watch up on Ryan LFC all the time, you know. Ryan I gonna make 15 more videos. Oh God, we must it easy that. Big up the general Ryan LFC. Anyway, I'm there in our world. Reggae Girlz can score 2 goals. We have a very good chance to get something from this game. Yeah, I think the point Prince was trying to make was that Prince was under the assumption that Jamaicans was overrating Bunny slightly. And I kind of disagree. I think Bunny is a world-class forward, man. I think she's a world-class forward. Formula Jamaican women football have a better chance to reach the top level of the world football, as we have the top world teams in Concacaf in women, while the male side is one of the weakest in the world. Yeah. Laugh out loud, Bunny War part 15. It was nice. Oh, God. Yeah, man, we link Prince. All right, before we get out of here, last thing more of something that we're doing quick and fast, you know. We want to set a bomb and do and bust a starting 11 quick and fast, you know. We want to set a bomb and bust what I think would be the best starting 11. Hold on. All right. I could share the screen and bring it up on screen. Quick and fast. All right. Starting 11 now. Oh, Mr. O Formula starting 11 look. Me I go with the 4-2-3-1 again, I think it's the best formation for the Reggae Girlz right now, given the personnel that we have at our disposal. All right, we could start with Becky with the good hands. Rebecca Spencer, excellent, top quality goalkeeper. Our woman of the tournament for sure. She does, we don't even have to even talk about that. We don't have to dwell upon that. Rebecca Spencer, Andre, aka Andre Blake with distribution, big goalkeeper. We don't even have to spend whole heap of time on that. Right back, who me that player right back now? Jaja. You know what? Me I go with the same back line. Me I go with the same back line. I think the Swaby sisters partnering is always a good thing. So the Swaby sisters again can get to partner down the right hand side of the pitch instead of centrally. And again, a back line that kept a clean sheet. Yet he had 1 and 2 moments, yes, true, but kept a clean sheet against a good attacking team. So, and they looked very good. 1 and 2 little shaky moments, but for the most, not even shaky. 1 and 2 moments when Haiti would have shown their quality. I think that's more like it. Seeing, all right, Satara Mori, I think, gets the start again. I think she was excellent. Yeah, she did have the one little slip, but it can happen to anybody. I think ball kind of got stuck under her feet a little bit. Then she slipped, and it was a hot mess on that particular play. But to be fair, apart from that, she was spotless. Seeing, yo, Wilshire have a lot of proving to do to me personally. By the way, me hide the comment. Me hide the comment. So you guys can see the screen. Wilshire has a lot of proving to do to me personally. But I think down the left, down the right in the first 2 games, I think I was 100% on board with even Palea getting the start over her. Seeing, but Wilshire down the left looked good. She started off a bit shaky on the ball in the Haiti game, a few careless turnovers, but she really got her act together and grew into the last game, right? And really showed a lot of grit and determination and work ethic down that left on both sides of the ball. So, and then you don't want to change the back line with all a clean sheet. So she makes my back four again. I don't know if it's the gaffer not telling the fullbacks to get forward, or the fullbacks on their own don't really want to get forward. Whichever ways it is, I think it would be good if we could see our fullbacks joining the attacking advanced areas a bit more. I was in favor of this particular player holding bench, I was in favor, I think I saw Salone name spell. I was in favor of Havana Salone holding bench in the last game, but after the performance against Haiti, a very good performance against a credible team, Boy, Havana Salone have to make it again, Havana Salone has to make it again. I can't bench her not after that performance. But it's actually a U spell with. That I think she did an excellent job in helping this particular player, Drew Spence, control the middle of the park for extended periods, controlled the game for extended periods in the Haiti game. I think Salone played a massive role in helping Drew Spence in accomplishing that. She certainly raised her game big time for the Haiti game. Given the size and the magnitude of the game that she has, Salone make up for the 2 poor games that she had against US and against Mexico. Drew Spence, we never have to dwell upon that. Drew Spence, if we had a Reggae Boys version of Drew Spence would have made it to Qatar. Big and serious. If we had a reggae boy who could do what Drew Spence does at the level at which Drew Spence can do it, relatively speaking, to the boys program and to men's football, would have probably booked a ticket for Qatar, would have probably did get the fourth place playoff spot and go intercontinentals. Drew Spence, for me, has been the second best reggae girl in the tournament thus far. She has been exceptional, controlling the Haiti game, the energy, the intensity in the middle of the park, on both sides of the ball, breaking up plays, getting the team going in attacking transition. Drew Spence is awesome. Drew Spence is magnificent. Who made a put her the number 10 spot? Me that probably give Asha a run out. I'm say Asha players are number 10 already, She did. Do you really, you know what? No, and second thought, Primus hasn't really impressed me all that much in this tournament, She had a decent game against the Haitians. Decent game against the Haitians. But, I don't know. I like creative sparks in the middle of the pitch, And Primus is more of a link man. Not really a creative spark. I don't think Jade Bailey can play though. That's the thing they're doing, Shirley. If Jade Bailey could play, then definitely I'd put her out wide. I don't know. Asha or Primus. You know what? Me go go with Primus because me go go with Primus. And second thought, Primus hasn't performed badly in the tournament, but she cover herself in glory based on the type of player that she is. But I guess we need a worker in the midfield and somebody who can be a link man. Although Chinyelu who can do that still, Jaja, me go with Primus. Me go give Primus the edge. I don't even know why me give Primus the edge, but me go give Primus the edge. See, I guess she did enough in the Haiti game to reclaim back her starting spot. Out wide, boy, Jody Brown. I don't think she was exceptional in the Haiti game, but I think she did very well in the Mexico game with her pace, although she did waste a lot of opportunities. I think Jody Brown, I'd give, some I really want. You see, the thing is though, because we haven't seen much of Shadi in the tournament thus far, I don't know how much sharp Shadi is, But honestly, me that did go with Shadi over Jody Brown right now if it wasn't for that doing it. Because Shadi hasn't really featured much in the tournament. Through the Carter PH Bailey Gale. The one time we see PH Bailey Gale start was the Mexico game. She was absent to say the least. Everybody, barring Bonnie Shaw and Becky Spencer, was absent versus the US. Trudy Carter scored in the last game. I think she assisted a goal as well, to if memory serves me right. She did enough to reclaim. She did enough. Trudy Carter did enough. She did enough against Haiti. Make sure what she can do against. She did enough to reclaim her starting spot. And then obviously the big bad striker, Bonnie Shaw. Obviously have to start. You guys can hit me up in the comment section. Hold on. Where you get this from? Where you hear this doing, Shirley? Hit me up in the comment section and let me know where you hear this. But if that be the case though, I'm not gonna just fling her in the starting lineup. So although them fling Murray in the starting lineup still, and Murray hold her one, Yeah man, I know that. Paige Bailey Gale and Jade Bailey are two different players. One play for Liverpool and which club Bailey Gale play for again? Which club Bailey Gale play for again? Yeah, man, two different players, man. I know. Why? Did I mix them up? Well, I call a name when I shouldn't have did call a name. I don't know, Prince. Did I call a name? I know there are two different players, man. I think Leicester City. Yes, you're right. Leicester. Yeah, you're right. Leicester, yeah. Yeah, man, I know there are two different players, man. One is light skin and one is darker skin. So yeah, man, I know there are two different players. If I mix them, if I at any point in time mixed up both players, I apologize. So yeah. But hit me up in the comment section. Oh, Leicester released Paige Bailey Gale. You know, I think I did hear something like that for true. I think I heard something like that for true, you know, but I'm not going to say that conclusively because I don't remember. Eagle Republic say I love Satara Murray. That girl is my little pit bull. She needs some better football boots too. All right. Jade Bailey has the quality to just be thrown straight in. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go. Jade for Havana, if she's available. Jade for Havana, if she's available. Okay, cool. All right, so hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think about this starting 11. Dwayne Shirley, I'll know you're not telling me which part you hear this in my boss. I hope Donaldson does have Big Bunny running, or does not have Big Bunny running all over the place and looking ineffective like Jamari Clark. Bunny is a target player. She attracts at least two defenders. Oh, see, Malik Mills has said Jade Bailey can play tonight. Oh, no, I think he was in response to what? Oh, see, Prince has said Jade Bailey is clear in a formula. What? I don't know, though. Would I throw her straight in, though? Richie Dang say, formula, you say Havana, Salone, and Primus have decent games against Haiti. What match what you was watching? Havana Salone had a very good game against Haiti. Primus had a decent game, in my humble opinion. You want to see Asha stir fry after the win? Yeah. Brother, there is no xenophobia in Jamaica, the renter dread capital. All right, where does xenophobia come from now, my boss? No. Where is the I don't know how that get brought up into the equation? Drew Pirlo. All right. I think I answered this comment already. Big up to Kayla McCoy. I did not know that Pernell Charles was our grandfather. So I heard. I don't know if that's true though, but so I heard. Sometimes when I see people trying to be divisive with their xenophobia, it hurts me to the core, bro. Okay, I think that's where the xenophobia came up. Salone tactical abilities above Asha. Interesting comment. Formula the board presentation looks like the channel at Football Made Simple. Yeah, cool. Happy for now, so I did the thing at them levels there. Chantel was playing as our right back in the last game. Yeah, man. Prince I move like CC laugh. Yo, I don't want to know this CC and Prince them way there. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. We're on our way out now. It was a great watch along, very good watch along. Blackwood in Primus out of contract and didn't get renewed. Okay, I'll look into that one. So it was a great watch. It was a great preview, rather. Great preview, ladies and gentlemen. Really enjoyed this one, and you guys seem to have enjoyed the tactical board. So we'll continue to make use of that for sure. So smash up the like button on your way out, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel as well. Share the videos as well. Free and easy ways to support the channel. The Reggae Girlz face a massive task tonight. A team that we have never beaten before in Canada. As a matter of fact, we have never, from what the record on Concacaf website that JD would have shared with us earlier was showing, was that we have never even scored against Canada. So, you know, a very difficult conundrum. Well, I think that record was just based on our meetings with them in the Concacaf Women's Championship. So it's a massive conundrum ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the Reggae Girlz can get it together. Hopefully Lauren Donaldson can get it together. It would be interesting to see what or how Lauren Donaldson approaches this game. Does he try to go toe-to-toe and take the game to the Canadians? Or does he try to sit back, soak up and break? Very interesting to see how he lines up against them. The Reggae Girlz certainly have the quality to be able to give the Canadians a good run for their money. Hopefully, fortune can favor the brave and we can get a good result tonight and book our spot in the final to try and vie for that automatic qualification to the Paris 2024 Olympics. So we wish the Reggae Girlz all the best in tonight's game. You know what? You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes and we'll win from penalties. A 1-1 draw after 90 minutes and extra time and we'll win from penalties. Seeing? I'm going to put that out into the atmosphere. Seeing? So guys, again, you know, thanks for joining us at this particular preview. Really and truly appreciated your company. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the silent viewers. Appreciate the commenters. You know, big ups and much respects. And, you know, thanks for being here. You know, and knock up the like button on your way out. Again, we wish the Reggae Girlz all the best in tonight's fixture. Take care, stay safe, and until next time.